The government just paid out $17 billion. Yes, billion. With a B, it was money owed to retired teachers, police officers, firefighters, government workers, people who spent decades paying into a system, only to be told their benefits were being cut. And now, finally, that money is coming back. But here is what nobody is talking about. Not everyone got what they were owed. In fact, there is an entire group of people who received less than the law says they deserve. And most of them have no idea it happened. Are you one of them? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly how to find out. For years, millions of Americans had their Social Security benefits reduced, not because they did anything wrong, but because of two rules buried inside the law. One was called the windfall elimination provision. The other was the government pension offset. Big names. Simple idea. If you had a government pension, your Social Security got cut. Teachers in Texas, firefighters in Ohio, federal workers across the country. Some had their benefits slashed in half. Others got nothing at all. And for decades, people just accepted it because that was the rule. Then, on January 5th of 2025, President Biden signed a law called the Social Security Fairness Act. It eliminated both of those rules completely. And it said, everyone who is affected gets their money back, going all the way to January 2024. Sounds great, right? But here's where the story gets complicated, because not everybody got the same thing, and the difference could be thousands of dollars. So before I tell you whether you are owed more money, I need you to understand three things. First, why some people got a full retroactive payment, and others only got half. Second, who exactly qualifies for the extra money that senators are now demanding. And third, the one phone call you can make right now that could recover money the SSA still owes you. Because 4 United States senators just sent a letter to Social Security demanding they fix this. And if you do not know about it, you could miss your window. Let's start from the beginning. The Social Security Fairness Act got rid of 2 old rules. Those rules reduced benefits for people who had both a government pension and Social Security credits. Think about a teacher who taught for 30 years in a state with its own pension system. She also worked part-time jobs over the years and paid into Social Security. Under the old rules, her Social Security benefit was cut significantly, sometimes to zero. The new law says that was wrong. You earned those benefits. You get them back. According to the SSA, the average person is now receiving about $360 more per month, and 3.1 million people have already received retroactive payments totaling $17 billion. Did you know this? Because most people affected by these rules never heard that their money came back. Here is where it gets important. There were 2 groups of people affected by this law. Group 1, people who were already receiving reduced Social Security benefits. These people had applied for Social Security before. They were getting a check, just a smaller one. For them, SSA went back to January 2024 and paid the full difference. They got the complete retroactive amount. Group 2, people who never applied for Social Security benefits. Why did they never apply? Because they were told the old rules would reduce their benefit to zero. So they thought, why bother? Here is the problem. When these people finally applied after the new law, SSA only went back 6 months from their application date, not back to January 2024 like the law intended. So if someone applied in August of 2025, they only got payments going back to February 2025. They lost 13 months of retroactive payments that the law says they deserve. How many of you fall into that second group? Because this is a problem that has affected hundreds of thousands of people. This is the part that makes this story urgent, right now. In March 2026, 4 United States senators sent a formal letter to the Social Security Administration. Senators Collins, Cassidy, Cornyn, and Fetterman. They are demanding that SSA go back and pay every eligible person from January 2024. Not just 6 months. They are specifically fighting for what they call protected spouses. That means widows, widowers, spouses who never applied for spousal benefits because the old rules would have zeroed them out. Let me give you a real example. Charles is 81 years old. He is a retired federal government worker. He has 34 Social Security credits from jobs he worked earlier in his life. He never applied for spousal benefits because under the old rules, the government pension offset would have reduced them to 0. When the new law passed, he finally applied. But SSA only went back 6 months, not to January 2024. Charles lost over a year of payments that the law says should be his, and he is not alone. The SSA estimates there are approximately 500,000 cases like his still pending. So, what do you do if you think this affects you? There are 3 situations to consider. Situation 1. You were already receiving a reduced Social Security benefit and you got a retroactive payment. Check your bank statements from mid-2025. Did you receive an extra deposit from SSA? If yes, verify the amount covers all the way back to January 2024. If it seems short, call SSA directly. Situation 2. You never applied for Social Security benefits because the old rules made them worthless. Apply now. The sooner you apply, the sooner your 6-month look-back begins counting, and you may be eligible for the full January 2024 retroactive payment if the senator's effort succeeds. Situation 3. You are a widow, widower, or spouse of someone affected by these old rules. This is the most overlooked group. You may be entitled to spousal or survivor benefits that you never received. Here's what to do. Call the SSA at 1-800-772-1213, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. When the system asks what you are calling about, say these exact words: Fairness Act. That will route you to a specialist who handles exactly these cases. Write down the name of the person you spoke with. Write down the date. Keep a record. What would you do if you found out the government owed you thousands of dollars and you had no idea? Because that is the reality for hundreds of thousands of Americans right now. Here's your action plan. 1. Check if you or your spouse had benefits reduced by WEP or GPO before January 2025. 2. If you never applied for Social Security because of those rules, apply now. 3. Call 1-800-772-1213 and say Fairness Act. Ask about your retroactive eligibility going back to January 2024. 4. Write everything down: name, date, what they told you. This money belongs to you. You earned it. Do not leave it sitting in a government account. Subscribe if you spent your whole career serving others, and you are done letting the system shortchange you. And if this helped you, click on the screen right now, because we have a video where we break down the first 2027 Social Security estimates. 2 major organizations ran the numbers, and they came up with very different answers. The gap could mean $240 more or less in your pocket every year. You need to see this.